So we'll just cut one together and then...
Yeah.
I think that's where I'm at with a few things after my week off as well. Is like, I'm just going to keep doing shit that I want to do regardless of money pressures or life and stuff. I'm just like, I just really... Do you remember the first couple of episodes we talked about like not having a threshold anymore for other shit outside what you want to do because you did so much shit for other people and restaurants and things?
Yeah, I'm all about that. It all comes out in the what. Yeah, it sucks to start with. You're like, I don't want making any money or not making as much money or fucking just because you're doing this one thing that's a hobby. I don't know, that sort of shit. Yeah. But it all comes out in the wash, like if you really want to do it.
Yeah. But
it's even... It's like I make less money than I was sort of a year ago, but so much happier. And like family's better. You're kind of just a bit more upbeat all the time.
It's even like when you're doing something, even when you're doing that thing, not worrying about like what other people are doing and how they're getting successful.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I was just talking to this Amy's she's a really cool photographer, like food photographer from over East. She's here in Perth now, probably forever. And I was talking to her about that. I was like, I just live in my own bubble. Just honestly live in my own social media bubble, just me. And then I do all these kind of things I want to do that end up being cool. But I don't travel in those circles with, bloggers and things like that, which is fine. Yeah. It's more like a book club for those sorts of people, which is cool. It's like a hobby, still passionate for them. But I just do my own thing and it's sort of what I want to do and it ends up being pretty damn unique and with my personality rather than,
Yeah. And maybe like you can get, so if I'm thinking about like even comedy and stuff, maybe you can get more successful by following the trends and sucking up that guy's ass and writing jokes that are trendy over here.
Yeah.
But like, I'm no more happier.
Yeah.
So there's no point. There's 0 point.
Yeah.
If I'm putting in all the effort.
What, for 20 years and then you're like still miserable? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe. Yeah. You're just not very,
That's like such an abrasive thing. Like you make that decision on stage.
Yeah.
And you know that half the audience isn't going to get it and maybe half is.
Yeah.
But for you, it's the best thing to do. It's pretty confronting.
Yeah.
Because there people are like, nope. But you got to have like enough resolve to be like, no, I like it though.
Yeah.
I like this thing.
Yeah.
This week I was doing something where I set it up where Kendrick Lamar and Drake are having a beef at the moment. And that's just the best way to call someone a pedophile.
Yeah.
With music in the back.
Yeah.
And then I played some music and then I read off Epstein's list. And like,
yeah.
The weekday crowd loved it. And when I got to the clubs on the weekend, I fucking hated it.
Just hated it.
Because they're like 50 years old.
Right.
Perth people. And they were like, this sucks.
Yeah. What is this?
And I was like,
I liked your bit. I think I told you last week a little bit before. I saw your bit about the beef and like how they're beefing basically like in poetry. They're like having like this, like I'm going to kill you, but in poetry.
Yes.
And that's what like a rap beef is. And I thought I fucking found that so hilarious.
Oh, cool.
And it's so true.
Yeah.
Fuck, I just went down. I just started to think of the funniest shit after that. Because it's fun, right? They're like, oh my God, and then we got to get to the studio. And where's my producer? And
and you got to vibe
get in there.
Out.
Yeah. And then go,
this is awesome.
And make it all fucking rhyme. And then go, what's he gonna do?
What rhymes with pedophile? Smedamile.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the dumbest.
Colgate Smile.
I find it so dumb. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at this shit.
Are you?
Yeah.
With your Colgate smile, dude, that's amazing.
Yeah.
A pedophile doesn't have a Colgate smile.
Yeah, but a kid would.
Yes, I love your Colgate smile.
I might be a bit too good at this, eh?
Yeah, dude. That's what you went down a rabbit hole on.
Yeah, but like that's where my brain goes. It's like, all that sort of thing. That's why I like roast battles. Even shit ones. I kind of like where they go, like when people go back and forward. Yeah. Even the worst roast battles I find just so funny because like when they land completely flat, I'm like, yes, that's so funny. And you're in a roast battle, so you've roasted. I love it. Like, are you roasting yourself? That was so bad.
Yeah.
But I think I still laugh at every single one.
Yeah, it's the same premise though, right?
Yeah.
Like two guys are allowed to say whatever they want,
Yeah.
but it has to rhyme.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't rhyme, it's offensive. But if it
Yeah.
does rhyme, it's like nice.
And then like the entire world is judging your delivery of the hatred of that person.
yeah.
And they're like, nah, his one was better. You're
Yeah.
like, what do you mean?
What is this?
What do you mean? Pretty sure he's not over it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find that such a fascinating like outcome of hip hop.
Yeah.
Was this whole roast battle scene.
Yeah.
Like it's underground and it's real and people have guns and then there's this one little area where you put a little backing track on
Yeah.
and then you can say whatever you want about that person.
Yeah.
I was trying to get the point across, like, because hip hop is all prison people or rough people or like underground, where snitching is like not allowed.
Yeah.
But every hip hop song snitches on everybody.
Everyone.
You even snitch on yourself.
Yeah.
They're like, I did this and I did that.
Yeah.
I shot this. There's this grime.
I have the biggest medallion around my neck.
Yeah.
No, I do. You're like, yours is fake. Yours is gold plated. You know.
Yeah. I heard that.
It's just so bizarre to me.
I heard hip
fucking
hop
love
people.
hip-hop too.
Yeah, I love hip hop.
So
Something
good.
savage.
Yeah.
I heard that they used to wear all of the biggest chain that they could because that was all of their money
Yeah.
that was on them right here,
Yeah.
and you have to kill them to get their money. They
Yep.
wouldn't trust to leave it somewhere else.
Yeah.
But then now people just snatch people's chains.
Yeah, and then that's seen as a like he snatched my chain. I always hear that line and you're like, this is so fucking retarded.
Yeah.
Like it's so retarded. Like someone stole your chain. That's
Yeah.
just theft to me. That's just like, oh shit, we're gonna run after him. But like that's seen as like the ultimate like slight.
Yeah,
now.
it's a diss.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to go write a track.
Not only that, I'm gonna get an Instagram live and show that I have the chain from 10 minutes ago that you got,
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's not even about the snitching part. Like, you
Yeah.
know, Takeshi 69,
6ix9ine, yeah.
and that whole thing.
Yeah.
And I thought, like, totally, whatever. Like, but aren't you all snitching?
Yeah.
Like, 50 Cent's been talking about Diddy for 10 years.
His Instagram is the best. Like when he goes down that, I mean, like it's just normally it's just like, oh, my show's coming up or I'm doing whatever.
I
Just
love
a normal.
Diddy.
It looks like it's been handled, but you can tell when he is posting because it's just like this guy sucked this guy's dick in '92, and he just goes, how do you feel about it? And it's just an inappropriate picture,
Yeah.
and you're like, what?
He's so good.
Yeah.
And he just sold a Netflix documentary about Diddy
Really?
to Netflix. I guess it's not Netflix yet. He sold a documentary to Netflix.
Yeah. Wicked.
So he's going to be like snitching in documentary form.
Yeah.
It cracks me up.
All old. Yeah. Everything looks bad now as well. Like if you get called like a sex pest, like if everything you're ever in looks dodgy. Like your hand around a bloke's shoulder,
Yeah.
dodgy. Like
Totally.
everything. But like before that, it's just their mates. Now
Yeah.
it's like, what is he up to? Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it's not even true, especially if it's not true.
Every
It's like,
picture of Diddy now has new context.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was Michael Jackson as well.
100%.
Right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
ooh.
Yeah, he's like, look how generous he is to all these underprivileged children.
Yeah.
And then it became he's around children
Yeah.
a lot, and then it became, oh, this is why he's around children.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck.
At one point, it was like, dude,
and then it
this
was
guy's...
everything he ever did was like about children. You're like,
He was
oh
killing
my
it. This guy has his
In a
own
fucking-
circus to
Yeah,
like,
he's
oh
a-
shit, this guy has his own
He lives at a
circus.
theme park. I know. Yeah.
Because you were like, man, if everyone wants to live in a theme park, and then,
Yeah.
oh fuck, pedophiles
like-
want to live in a theme park.
Who would build a theme park?
Shit.
Yeah. yeah.
Because all the rides are just one seat. And uh-oh.
Yeah. Or like they're the reverse. You know, like you have to be this high to ride, but it's the opposite. Like
Yeah,
your parents can't come on because
Yeah. Dude,
yeah,
that's a ripping joke.
I know.
That's so good.
Yeah,
Oh, you should take that to the stage.
you
That's
can
a
fucking
winner.
use any of this, by the way. It's fine.
Oh, that's a ripper.
Yeah, I like that one.
Poor guys. Not pedophiles.
These are all my jokes too.
Yeah, everyone's got them. I didn't know that Diddy stuff. You see the towel thing? Did you see the?
I don't really
incriminating-
know much about it other than like it was
Ah.
just flash on the screen that Diddy's on this or someone's. Yeah.
Did you see the incriminating video?
Nah.
One of them.
I'm sure there's fucking tons. I
Yeah.
know about his little back room secret, everything's filmed thing. I saw. Oh, I must have seen the walkthrough for the cops or something.
He's in a towel and he beats up his girl while she's trying to get
Is
away.
there a video of that?
Yeah.
Perfect.
But she's not really trying to get away. Like, she's waiting for the elevator.
Right.
Like, I'd fucking leg it.
Yeah.
Because he came and just, like, kicked her while she was down and shit.
Yeah, right.
Which is brutal.
Yeah.
What a fuckhead.
Yeah.
But also,
Yeah.
do you expect anything else from P Diddy?
I don't know. I just think you get to that. I mean, like, sure, he's probably like that anyway. But I think you just get to that level where, like, I think you just, or that fame or that wealth that you think you can just get away with everything. And then you can.
You do start getting away with things and then more.
So I think if you're like a full piece of shit, it's going to get so bad. It can only go one way.
Yeah, and they'll epically, like, hip-hop is egotistical. It's
Yeah.
guns and drugs and money. Like, let's not pretend that it's like it came from the underground, like was saying. Let's not pretend it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, country music or something, which is probably as dirty anyway.
Yeah.
A country music, that's a dirty industry, right?
Sure. Has to be.
Rednecks,
They probably have slaves.
they had slaves.
I'm guessing.
Right.
I'm guessing they had slaves.
Yeah. I think some of them still
I
want
think it's a
slaves.
bit cool. Yeah. What did I see about slaves this week?
Hopefully that they don't exist.
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember what I was watching. I watched a whole heap of shit. I've been like doing deep dives on like historical stuff. It's pretty interesting. Have you seen the Napoleon movie?
Yes.
I haven't seen it.
Oh.
I want to go see it.
I was like, I'm
I
ready.
just learned that there was one recently. Like this year it came
Joaquin
out. Right?
Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm into that.
I love those, anything history,
Yeah.
like even TV shows that are like any Western. I'm like, I just love watching and thinking how people used to live.
Yeah.
Like everybody had a gun.
Yeah.
That's a whole different world.
Yeah.
And I wonder if like, you know, your bullets cost a fortune and you've only got like 5 bullets.
Yeah.
Or if you were just like, bullets cost nothing and you're just flinging them about.
Yeah, I don't know. Someone's making the bullets.
Yeah.
Like you can't just can't just put something in the.
Yeah.
It just seems dumb.
And like, I love the idea of like, because things were more raw, life was more moralistic. Not that people had better morals,
Yeah.
but like you stood by your own personal fucked up whateverness you had
Yeah.
more because no one else was.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Or people were trying to fuck you over way more. Like you get away with so much more shit, right?
Yeah.
Like even the sheriff could come get you and do whatever he wants. So you just had to be like, nah, I'm
Yeah.
this guy,
Yeah.
and fight to the death.
Yeah. And this is the hill I'm going to die on.
Yeah.
Literally. I'm sure that's where they're saying.
I would have died. I would have died so quick.
I'm like,
I would have been like, nah, you've crossed the line.
especially with my sort of dry sense of humour, deadpan kind of delivery I'd normally have. I think I would just get completely just shot straight in the head at the first bar I ever went to.
Yeah.
You turn 18 or whatever the age is, 12,
Yeah.
go to the bar and I'll just get shot straight in the head for going,
Yeah.
or eyeballing some bloke with that teeth or something.
Yeah, I reckon you'd just be like, oh, is this what you want to do? And they're like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're like, well, look what you've done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clean this up or something.
No, I would be totally like, because I wouldn't be my 21st century self. Someone scuffing my boot, someone looking at me, no, maybe not looking at me, but like, you know, not respecting my personal space.
Yeah.
We're going outside.
Right.
I would have been one of those guys. I would have been a little bit hot under the collar.
Yeah. Yeah. You might be right. I do get bored a lot.
You wouldn't have got bored in the West.
Yeah, but I would have made my own like bullshit like that. Just going, fuck, what am I going to do today? Sort of shit.
Yeah. A lot of drama going on. I feel.
Sounds like a lot of drama, but it sounds like a lot of boredom at the same time. Like if you lived in a house, I don't know, with, I don't know what the fuck they did. They had horses and cows
to
and
farm.
shit. Yeah. I think that's boring.
Which is nuts.
It seems like a lot of hard work too. That's so much hard labour. But I'm pretty good at that. Pretty good at keeping,
but you could
keeping going.
Just be a bandit.
Yeah.
We'd just be solo
Just
bandits.
take stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I'd probably try and be like a little bit of a bush ranger style guy.
Yeah.
Try not to fuck with. I just fuck with the police. and the government
Yep.
from the hills
Yeah.
with a little campfire that you could never find.
Yeah, I reckon I'd be like that. I'd be a bit wily.
Yeah.
Be a bit like,
I'd
be a
lone
bit
wolf.
cheeky.
I'd have a rifle.
Yeah.
I'd be like a get you from far away
Yeah.
and then come in. I don't think I could stab people. I don't think that's my style.
No stabbing.
Well, maybe, but it doesn't feel like me.
I feel like a stabber.
Oh, but I don't know. I've always been into knives.
Really?
Well, because we're chefs.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just over them. Maybe I'm just like used to them, I guess.
Yeah. You sharpen a knife?
I don't
still?
even feel like a stab is anything. I just don't even think like someone would do that. Stab someone.
Well, there you go.
They definitely do though.
We've got a wicked new soundboard.
Kinda. We got one more thing on it.
I'm excited to get into it and use it.
Should we do it?
Yeah.
All right. I think it's on. All right.
All right, boys, I've got a tale for you.
Chef Hotline. Tell us a story.
Probably one of the worst shifts I've ever had.
Dude, that is fucking hilarious.
Blowjob and by the trash can.
Speakpipe.com/no crying in the coolroom.
Didn't even think people wanted to be anonymous, but that makes a lot of sense.
The Chef Hotline, that's what we're calling it. Yeah.
Dude, that's great.
All right, so yeah, speakpipe.com/no crying in the coolroom, Chef Hotline. We've got a couple today.
Yeah.
As usual, we don't even listen to these. I don't even know where these are. Hang on.
You had 15 seconds to figure it out.
I know. I just made that.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool. I
It's
made
so
that
cool.
maybe an hour ago, to be fair.
It's great.
And now I've put all of them. Here we go. All right, here's one. Ready? I think we're on. No, we're not on. Hang on. That did work for 10 seconds. Hang on. Just talk amongst yourselves while we figure this out.
Go on then, you pompous fuck.
Yeah. All right, we're on.
When you're feeding vegans and they keep on asking, is that really vegan? Fucking does my tits in.
What the fuck?
Yes. Quick and short. That's what I want to know.
I like this.
Yeah.
I like this one a lot.
When you're feeding vegans and they keep on asking, is that really vegan? Fucking does my tits in.
Is that really vegan?
Does my tits in.
What the answer to that is, yeah. Like
Yeah.
you're not going to go, oh, you got me.
Yeah.
You're like getting nah. You got to stand there with confidence and go. Have you ever served? I've definitely served, even not deliberately. I've definitely served like vegetarian or vegan, like butter accidentally, or like cooked in butter and shit like that, or
Yeah.
even not deliberately, just going, oh,
Not
whoops.
deliberately,
Yeah.
but I've definitely fucked up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think,
I served goat's cheese once to a vegan. I remember that.
and it came
Nothing.
back.
Nothing at all.
They smashed it.
Yeah. They
'Cause
probably
there's vegan cheese, hey? Like goat's cheese and stuff.
Yeah, they probably just got this massive injection of fucking like energy, hey, and they were just like
Yeah.
best vegan food around.
Vitamins and minerals.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't do it like intentionally.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember something about stock, beef stock in like, so I guess someone's come in and we've said, oh yeah, that one's vegan. The
Yeah.
vegetable lasagna's vegan.
Yeah.
And some stock thing. And I fucking shat myself.
Yeah,
was
it's
already
just
gone.
because it's just like it's almost muscle memory, right? If you got to adjust a dish and you like deglaze with a fucking whatever chicken stock or whatever you're making, yeah,
You just don't even think that thing's vegetarian or vegan or whatever.
yeah, and you're probably thinking about the two things that are definitely very meaty. Maybe
Yeah.
at the same time, you're like, just don't put them in. You're good.
And yeah, you're
And
just
you're like-
thinking about chicken hearts or
Yeah, yeah. All the parmesan. Like,
man, that's a good one to get
garnish
out
or
there.
something.
Hey, like people that have accidentally served vegans something
Yeah.
else.
I wonder, but also I've never had one being sent back that I can remember that we fucked up. But I know, it's probably more than I'd like to think about.
Yeah.
But just whatever, man.
The thing that always freaked me out was vegetarians and cheese,
Yeah,
because they just go so hard on the cheese,
yeah,
but they didn't really have a problem with it,
yeah,
and it's just such a massive part of farming,
yeah. Okay,
you know.
yeah,
Like I guess vegetarians were different, weren't they? Maybe they were. I've grouped them all into the one fucking thing now.
well, yeah. Vegans don't get Yeah, they don't like the cheese.
Yeah.
Well, they don't want to eat it. Any animal products. Yeah.
We used to make like good vegan cheese with dehydrators and stuff and
Right.
almonds.
Yeah.
And actually cultured it.
Yeah, cool.
Cultured almonds and put them together, and they'd have different textures, like quite similar.
Can't you just call that something like cool?
Yeah,
Like not vegan cheese.
Almond cheese.
Just make up a name for it. Call it, yeah.
But you would ferment it,
Yeah.
so it was cool.
But you just make what you're doing is you're not making cheese, you're just making something really cool. You're not like going, yeah.
Yeah.
When people get into these like you ever had those V2 beef patties or anything like that? Like fake meat?
Like one time.
Yeah, me too. So I used to, before I got let go of my awesome sales job, I used to, like, they brought them on to sell, and I was supposed to, like, go out there and pump them at all these burger shops. And what I would do is just go out and we'd just collectively laugh at every single, we're just like, do you want to try these? And they're like, I've kind of wanted to try them. Absolutely not, but let's go. And then they would all have the same thing. It's like, how is this possible?
Yeah.
And then you're like, it's kind of off tasting. Not off as in like spoiled, it's just a bit off from where it should be.
Yeah.
It's all a bit more acidic. It's all a bit weird. Why is it red and bloody? You're like, because it's got like beetroot fucking juice and
I
shit
don't know
in
why
it.
they do that. I have
You
no
should
idea.
see the list of the fucking shit that was in there, dude.
Yeah.
Everything was a something protein, a something enzyme.
Yep.
It was all, and it was like, and then it had like painted on like, what I think is painted on fucking shard marks already, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
And it feels like raw mince and everything.
But that's what
My point is, why? Just make
Yeah.
something cool to eat.
It's the argument I had when I was running the vegan restaurant. It's like you guys care so much about this little tiny bit,
Yeah.
but what about all this chemical stuff? Like that's nuts.
Yeah.
You'll eat anything with chemicals in it. I just couldn't wrap my head around it. I was like, if you want to be healthy, just go and be healthy, whatever.
Yeah.
But the chemicals, and yeah, I don't know. Do you think that everyone's going to eat this fucking meat at some point?
They probably already have.
Like are poor people going to only be able to afford
Oh, right.
that kind of stuff, or do we have to all incorporate it into our diet or something?
They were fucking expensive patties. I remember that. Like you'd have to they were more expensive than just like good organic fucking, sort of 70, 30, or maybe 30 or 40% fat dry aged patties, you know what I mean? Like, or
Yeah.
mince.
Yeah, the sausages suck as well because obviously we did that.
And they're all like,
Sausage
this is what it comes like. This is what you can't get it in like mince form. You
Yeah.
have to get it in these patties, and they don't fit what you're doing anyway. So you have to like
Yeah.
address, if you want to use them, you have to address it. Like, well, I forget to get the bun,
Yeah.
which has got to be obviously shit, complete dog shit bun, because like fuck off if you get like vegan. So you got to buy official vegan buns or whatever from somewhere.
Which is crap as well.
Like, why?
What are we doing?
Yeah, you're either eating bread that's good,
Yeah.
or eat something else that's good.
Because the problem
Don't-
is that the
fucking
bread
subs.
isn't fermented and
Shit.
done well.
Yeah,
It's like
they've just made a product that looks like it. That's it. Yeah, and then go on here, have some dog shit food. Do you actually want to eat shit food? That's what it comes down to. Do you want to eat this shit or not? And you go, I'll eat this shit. You're like, that's on you.
I just want someone to acknowledge it. Like, if you want to be vegan, that's fine, but just acknowledge all of the bad points about it as well. Because
Yeah.
they are over the top.
Yeah.
They come at you. I mean, we still get hate to this day online with the
Yeah.
streets.
I
They
was
just
gonna-
come at you hard, man.
Actually, this morning I was going to clip something together we were talking about vegans on one of them.
All the time.
Yeah, and I was like, I might just leave that one today. I was like, I don't know. I think it was Stewie. I might just leave his fucking restaurant before it opens. Why not send the vegans there just yet? Yeah.
I like that one because it was so short.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's just like, I hate vegans.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. You see a job.
Who doesn't?
You clip that up any way you wanted.
Yeah.
We got $13,000, whatever he said, $15,000 worth of dry aged beef in a fucking, glass fridge.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, you're asking for trouble, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
I hate vegans.
Well, that's how it is. Next.
Oh, we had that. There was that one. Fuck, I thought that was it.
This is when you need just the call button that goes brrrr and dunk.
Yeah, but I timed that so it would work.
Oh, sorry, brother.
But now Well, this is a 3-parter. So, yeah.
Well, we got all day.
G'day, Lachie, Tim. Rootsy here. Loving the podcast. I've only just discovered it. I'm up to about episode 20 and currently doing FIFO.
Legend.
And,
Thanks, buddy.
I've smashed out all those episodes in one swing. Should nail the remaining 4 before I hit fly-out day tomorrow.
Yeah, sounds like you're working right now, Chief.
Yeah, I've got an idea for your show. Something you can cover is shit we used to get away with back then that you can't get away with now. The times have changed. I haven't cooked for about 15 years. Had about a 15, 16-year career. But one of the things I used to like doing was sexually harassing the waitresses. But as
You're
we
in
all
the
know,
perfect
it's not
new
harassment
industry.
if they enjoy it. We used to play the banana hug. And what you do, you put a nice big banana down the front pocket of your apron.
Dude, I did
go
this.
up behind the waitress as she's doing a thing and give her a hug. Press the banana into her back or whatever. And they'd have to guess whether it was a pink or a yellow banana. But I've got heaps more, so I'll keep messaging you back.
Oh, man.
Once again, love the potty. And Tim, I'll see you out there on the comedy circuit somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Nice one. I will see you out there, buddy. Thanks for it. I think we've got 2 more of you, but...
Was he Rooster? What did he say? Fucking come here, cunt.
G'day, Lachie, Tim. Rootsy here.
Rooster? Roosty?
Roosty.
All right, Roosty.
Risty.
The old banana hug. I don't think I've ever seen that.
All right, so...
I've seen a lot of shit.
We used to do this. We were a young kitchen with a bunch of young waitresses in England. And I used to do this thing where you would have an apron, and our aprons were like shorter ones with a pocket in the front.
Okay, yeah.
And you would go and dip your hands in like whatever, like cake mix or whatever.
Yeah.
And just go up to the waitress and be like, "Oh, Jesus, can you just grab the pen out of the front of my apron, please?" And like you weren't doing anything sexual.
Yeah.
But as soon as they are like, yeah, and they put their hand in your apron, you just go, hey. And just fuck
so
off.
bad.
Yeah. There was nothing like too rude about it, you know? No one was getting in trouble or it wasn't over the line, but it was funny.
Yeah. I did that to myself a couple of times. Like I would put like a handprint of the flour and then go, "Can you just get that off?"
Yeah.
And then just be there like bashing your ass.
Yeah,
Same shit.
That's funny.
Now I think about it, yeah.
I think like, I don't. Well, I guess can you do any kind of? Is everything sexual harassment? Can you do any kind of joke? Do you have to leave it all out?
Fuck knows. I don't think
you do.
Yeah, you reckon?
I don't know. I just used to love the idea that you could like, I've got cake mix everywhere,
Yeah.
but I still need my pen.
It's more the delivery of that. Like,
Yeah.
Like you're desperate for the pen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're just there to help you. And then you're like,
no, yeah, I'd say that's where you're right. It's it's the intention behind it.
Yeah.
If you're just having a joke and you're not trying to get an erection, I think that's okay. But that sleaziness that comes through kitchens, which this guy obviously does.
Rooster.
No, just joking, bro.
Fuck, he's funny as fuck. I don't know, like, what can you... Yeah, that's a good idea, though.
Things that you
what
used
can you
to
get away with?
I didn't think we were going to go straight to sexual harassment. Like, things that you used to do in kitchens that you can't do now. I think drinking on your break is probably less.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Because we used to have a competition in that same restaurant to see who could drink the most on their break out of the whole kitchen.
I'm going to make a drop out of...
5 and 15-year career.
When he,
one of the things I used to like doing was sexually harassing the waitresses.
One of the things I used to like doing. I think it's so funny. Holy shit. It's just, that people. Got me when he got it because I was like, oh, it's going to be like cutting a fucking, slicing whatever.
No,
one of the things I used to like doing.
Which is what we want.
Yeah.
I think all that stuff, drugs and drinking and sexual harassment and...
Do you know what got me through
swearing.
the kitchens and like being a bit more popular with the ladies in the kitchen, in that regard, was that I wasn't the worst. Like there was always like 3 other blokes that were so disgusting.
Yeah.
So I was just like there, still probably harassing.
Yeah.
But I'd just be like, look at this cunt.
Yeah.
Sorry. Or I'd just be like, sorry about him.
Yeah.
And you're still just a disgusting bloke that wants a bit.
You're just a fucking dirty chef, aren't you?
Yeah, but I was just like not as, I guess I was not as, or I did it with like just with a bit better humour perhaps as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, for fuck's sake. And then
the
you're like,
humour changes the whole thing.
but seriously, can you just get my pen?
Look at this guy. But also, I'm just making a cake right now.
I know it's going to sound weird, but I actually do need you to get the pen here.
Yeah. And then also, can you write down that you just touched my penis?
Yeah.
All right. I want a piece of paper.
That would actually be the second, the best thing to do. As like a follow-up, if you did actually get the pen out,
Yeah.
But if you just can, just write your number
Just
down,
write, nice.
yeah.
I was going to say, can you just write down P
yeah.
N
How do you spell? Oh
I.
no, it's I. Yeah,
S?
yeah,
Oh, that's all I needed. Thank you.
yeah. Or pen 15. Yeah.
And I also like it because, like, what does someone think that's happening in a kitchen where you've got?
I know. That's what I thought too. Is
That's
like,
what I think's the funniest part.
so
about
now I'm
it.
going to give. If I do get the pen, I'm going to give it to you, and then what?
Yeah.
I know.
Nothing about it makes sense.
No.
But it's just like, wait, can you quickly?
That's what I meant. It's completely the delivery, and I reckon you can get them for more after that if you got the right person.
Yeah, they're the things that got me through, like, all the other bullshit.
Yeah.
But we did work with Polish people in that restaurant, and those boys crossed the line pretty regularly. And we tried to tell them.
I'm just laughing.
Yeah, we tried to tell them as much as we could, but they just didn't get it. They came from another fucking country.
Yeah, like in Poland we rape. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we did.
Yeah. You're like, cool.
All kinds
In
of
Australia we just keep peeling potatoes. Yeah.
No, we just put our hands in cake mix over here, brother. That's as far as it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah. I think always got the impression that I'm not saying that they enjoyed it, but I think when you had something that was actually funny like that, sure, that is definitely sexual harassment. But it seemed like a breath of fresh air when you got them on a funny one, not
Yeah.
like, like grabbing them or anything like this.
No.
Yeah. But if you got them on something absolutely hilarious like that,
Yeah.
if you just write penis, like, yeah.
No, man, if you've got a good front and back of house team,
Yeah.
all like friendly, like that's what that place was, this English place. And like
Yeah.
people were hooking up with each other and stuff.
Yeah, totally.
So it's not like the girls are having a great time, and if you can get that marriage between the front and back of house where you can joke and have a good time.
Yeah.
And you know those front of house waitresses that will give it back to you?
Yeah.
That's a great day.
Yeah.
They come to the past, and like, when a really heavy night's happening or whatever, and you've got the girls or the front of house people pushing as hard as you're pushing to make a good day,
Yeah.
that's a great feeling.
It is, yeah.
And that allows for people to joke with each other when you're all working together. You just can't do any of that other fucking shit.
Yeah, like I remember seeing like people grab chicks often. Not too often, but like enough for you to go, this guy's a dickhead. Like this guy's a dickhead.
Yeah.
And so, but I just don't like anything that doesn't use your brain. Like you can just grab anyone you want,
that's-
realistically,
nah, fuck
right?
all
Like
that.
a monkey, like whatever.
Yeah.
But you can come up with stuff like
What about
much cooler shit.
Yeah, like she goes into the cool room and then you just go into the cool room and lock the door and,
Yeah.
okay.
I used to always just say I love you to
everything.
people.
That's good.
Just like, yeah, they put a docket up and I'd be like, I love you. And they're like, what? It's like, nothing.
Lots of compliments. You
Yeah.
look great today.
Yeah.
Love that. Love what you've done with your hair.
Yeah, but it's in your delivery because like there's 3 other guys that are like, I love those pants or something. And you're like, oh, bro.
Gross.
You're like, they'd say, are they new pants?
Yeah.
I wonder if I would fit into them or something. You're like, they would say something, and you're like, it's too much, man. You're like, and then you're annoyed. It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Also, it is on us, the
Yeah.
onus of the kitchen, to
Yeah.
pull up the creeps
Yeah.
and to be like, dude, you're being a creep.
They're the ones that would say, fucking Lachie, you can just say whatever you want to them. Why do they let you? You're like, "But I don't actually like assault anyone.
Yeah. And I'm not ugly.
Yeah.
You're
And then I don't
really
wait around the
ugly.
back door to see when they're finished or clocking off, or can I walk? We had this one
desperateness.
guy. His name was Callum. I'm gonna fucking shout him out. He was like hot into this. It was sort of like one of the part-time managers, front of house anyway. And she had a boyfriend, but he was just like so dumb in love with this chick. And that got hilarious. Like, that got very funny. And we used to go to the pub. We went to Belgian Beer Cafe once.
Yeah.
And he was like, there was something about walking her to her car. Like, we all knew he was going to do it. And he would always get shut down, that sort of thing. So we kind of were like, what's going on here, right? He's just he was so greasy and gross.
Yeah.
And he didn't look any good. It wasn't like
Did he make her feel uncomfortable?
often.
Yeah.
But she would talk to him a lot.
Because
I don't know. Maybe he would listen. Maybe she did have a bit of fucking.
Yeah.
But anyway, he asked. He goes, "I'll walk you to your car." As he got up, he kicked his toe into the corner of this door, and he looked like he was about to die. Like, he looked like it was so much pain, and we all went, oh, like, so much that we were like, oh shit, what's going to happen here? And he just went, and he just walked. He walked all the way to the car park, all the way back, took off his shoe, and it was fucked. It was cut. His shoe was full of blood. He ended up like completely snapping his toe.
Wow.
But he was like, I'm walking this bitch
got
to her
her.
car who has a boyfriend already. And like,
I respect it.
I know. And he came back and we were like, holy shit.
I respect that, Callum. You're on my team. I like a guy like that. I loved those. You can hit whatever you want.
Sorry, keep going.
I love those workplace crushes.
Yeah.
Like I had when I was 18, I
Such
had
an
one.
inappropriate crush, this one. It was so good.
Yeah, not inappropriate, but you know, like you got hooked up pretty early, but the magic of like being in the kitchen and being there for a couple of months, and then a new waitress starts.
Yeah.
and you're
Yeah.
like, that's my type.
Yeah.
Now we got to find out, and like your whole world changes. The workplace is like, I can't wait to go to work.
Yeah.
Is she on? Is she not on?
You get to know
We've
it
had a
too. You
chat.
get to know it like you don't realize you are a complete creep who knows that chick's roster.
Yeah.
And you're complete like
Straight away.
But everyone's the same. Everyone's like
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
But then sometimes the girls would like crush on the chefs as well.
Yeah.
And they'd creep out fucking hardcore.
Yeah.
And they just hover around the pass, and you're like, oh, you're waiting for Steve.
Yeah.
I know
just
what you want.
lean on the bench there for like way longer. You're like, yeah.
It's 3/4 of the energy of a kitchen is like,
Yeah.
who's hooking up with who? How's it going?
Yep. And then, yeah, and also like the rumors start of like who, yeah, exactly.
People know. Girls call it early. You know those waitresses who have been in a long-term relationship and they're like, oh, Chloe likes Tim. And you're like, shut up. Just because you're not going to do anything with your life.
People didn't know me and Sal were going out for fucking ages, eh? Like, I can't believe how long it took. And it was like, it's because I'm so staunch with it. I don't want anyone to know my fucking shit. And I'm very good at like deflecting and yeah. And like if someone says, said something about Sal, I would just go with it. It wasn't like, who? He was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
She is a whore.
I saw her put it on this morning. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I wanted to say. But I was like, yeah, anyway, yeah, that sort of shit.
Cool.
It's such a delay.
Roadcaster.
You gotta get a fucking...
There you go, fellas. Ruthie again.
Ruthie?
Continuing on the
Roosty.
theme of things you possibly couldn't get away with now that you could get away with back then. This one, we probably shouldn't have got away with it back then, but we did.
Uh-oh.
It was I was working at Windows fine dining restaurant, and one of the waiters from the atrium buffet was having a birthday party, and this fella was Malaysian, black as the ocean face.
Jesus
And
Christ, bro.
he had a dress-up fancy dress party. And me and three other chefs, I think there could have been four chefs, we all brainstormed and decided to come as the Ku Klux Klan. So we raided the linen the laundry at the
This was
the
another
Burnout
time,
hotel,
eh?
stole all these white sheets and pillowcases and crafted our own little Klan outfits. And made a wooden cross up, and we burst into this party
Fucking
and yelling out, "Lynch the N-word."
Oh, well, that's too
The whole
far.
party was filled full of Malaysian and black and Asian people of that descent, so it really didn't go down too well. But the funny thing about it was
Tell us.
Please tell
one
us
of
the
the
funny
actual clan members, one of the chefs, was as black as the ocean space as well. So
One of the
Okay.
clan members
we
was
ended
dark.
up having a good night. So yeah. Anyway, have a good one, fellas.
Nice. A
Oh
long
my
road
God.
trip for that guy. Love it.
Fucking rooster.
I think everything about that dude was hilarious up until the N word. And then you've crossed the line.
I respect him for not saying it after he said all the other stuff. So I was like,
Yeah.
I
But I think a Ku Klux Klan with one black member, hilarious.
like how we referred to them as one of the clan members at the end. Like he was so into this, like he'd started a clan.
And I was totally into going as far as making a wooden cross.
Yeah,
And like you have to heave it around all night.
yeah.
But you can't take on some of the negative connotations.
I'm into a dark
Like don't
skinned
start
clan.
burning things.
Yeah,
Well, the Black Klansman was, these guys were doing it years before it was a movie, but
I know.
I mean, look, you're definitely a loose unit, pal, and I appreciate
I
that.
still can't figure out your name. I was going to call you Rooster. So
Yeah.
it's
Oh, Rooster.
fucking Rooster. I don't know. I don't know what to say that. I don't know what even that was. Oh, that was just something you can get away with.
Yeah,
you
it
can't
had
get
nothing
away
to
with
do
it
with the
anymore.
kitchen. I mean, if you're talking in general,
Dude, that's why I always say, like, I'm pretty happy that smartphones were never around, like, my whole career. Because, like, so much shit's out of context as well. Obviously,
Yeah.
dressing up like a clan member and saying the N-word
yeah,
is a little bit different.
yeah, that's reasonably far. I
Maybe
also,
that's some of the reason why it's all sort of been railed in a little bit. I don't know.
and it's cool. Maybe there's more like social awareness now because we are more like widely. We need to think more wider than just our group of friends
Yeah.
because it's everywhere. But yeah, if we had phones when I was younger, because my attitude was like fuck everyone and everything. I'll just do whatever I want.
Yeah.
And that would have got me in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I started, someone showed me Snapchat when it first arrived, and I was so into that all day on Snapchat.
Mm-hmm.
And that was when, I guess it was like 2011 or something, whenever I had the iPhone 3 or 4 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, that could have got so out of hand. But I
Yeah.
was essentially making like content like I make it now, like making little funny Snapchats.
Yeah.
Essentially kind of making vines, but not actually doing that, like not actually doing that in hindsight. So when I think of like, why are you suddenly so good at making these little short form clips? It's like, as if it's all you've been doing.
Because you used to do it.
I used to do it in the kitchen, just like funny as fuck. But like, there's nowhere to put it. Kind of like you could probably put it on Instagram and stuff, but like it's also like you had no time. Like you had a time to like edit videos.
Yeah.
But I used to like little funny clips.
Yeah.
Or
I'm glad
blow-ups
that
or yeah.
I traveled for so long and it was before phones. So like you had a camera and I could never
Yeah.
be bothered getting my camera out. And I also had this attitude of like, no, I'm come to travel to this place to see it with my eyes.
Yeah.
I had a little bit of a dumb attitude where I was like, I'm not going to take a photo. I'm just going to look at it,
Yeah.
which was, just where I was at the time.
It's just
So I don't have any photos.
Standard photographer, eh?
Yeah.
So they all think.
Um,
No photos.
So I'm glad that I didn't have a phone to kind of get in the way of my travel time.
Yeah, but I was the same way. I like the travel, but I think now everything has to be, is that like feeling like everything has to be documented all the time in the moment with your phone. Like,
Yeah.
I always had a camera, but it was always like, number one, before then it was always film. So you had to like ration the 24 or 36 fucking photos
Yeah.
and try and get them right and still and not shaky and all that sort of shit. Lots of disposable ones when we were like doing all our music tours and stuff. So it was that, like, if you wanted to take a photo, take a fucking photo. It wasn't like, oh, just keep snapping all fucking day.
Yeah.
So you were living like that. You were living like, oh, when there is something cool you think you might want to look at later, we'll use one of these and we'll try and get it right.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Like maybe everyone should be rationed to like 10 text messages, 10 WhatsApp messages,
Yeah.
10 Instagram messages
Yeah.
per day.
Yeah.
Because that's what
I ration myself to certain people.
So last week I muted every notification on my phone and just tried to really relax my brain and get more creative. And it's done a world of good for my mental health
Yeah.
because it's not like there's no direct answer. So that's when I was traveling, I would have I didn't talk to my parents for 2 years Like maybe one phone call. Hi, I'm doing okay. And maybe some emails to say that I was okay, but it wasn't like anyone can contact me at any time. I was out there in the world doing my thing.
Yeah.
And it was important to me. I felt like it was a good time.
Right.
So to have a phone where
Yeah.
you're in Peru, but you can WhatsApp all your mates in Australia doesn't have the same effect.
Yeah.
You're fucking still there and here.
I enjoyed like all the traveling we did. Like that's all I used to do before COVID as well, or for like chefing. And then as soon as I was qualified, off you fucking went again.
Mm-hmm.
And then COVID, and that was pretty much and COVID and like my daughter sort of being born. That was pretty much where it stopped. But it was like all my life has been traveling, and that's what I liked about it. And then you take a photo. I've always been into photography, but that was what it was. It was like take a good photo of something you want to take a photo of. But it wasn't like a thought process, like, oh, I need to stop and do it. It was like, oh, I want to get that. And you get it. And then you fucking move on and experience it. And like have a laugh with people too, like human laugh. Like fuck around. Like absolutely fuck around with people.
Yeah.
Not like video it and try and make it fun for a video.
Yeah.
It's like literally fuck around with people and have fun with them.
Or show...
Not in a jerky way, like literally everyone's having fun.
Rather than show all of
Have
your
a
friends
laugh,
back
tell each
home
other
where
jokes
you
and
are
shit.
and what you're doing. Like, be there and do it.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't imagine hostels now. Hostels, you just kind of like got there at the magical time and found people. Someone in your room. So I used to go and sit with like a bottle of vodka or Jack Daniels in like a shared space and have a few drinks. And someone would see someone with a bottle of vodka and they'd be like, well, fuck it, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
I want a free, I'm a cheap piece of shit, but that's a start. We got somewhere.
Well, even just one drink is worth it,
Yeah, just to hang out. But then now you can, anytime you don't feel like it or you've got anxiety or it's not perfect for you, you can just smash your face into your phone and you're not getting any engagement with other people.
One thing I saw in Rome was this like Rome is like really, well, it's by the Vatican as well, so it's like super fucking religious. Like everyone's a fucking nut.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw this this fucking nun come right around the corner roaring on a fucking Vespa, and she fucking lost it. And she lost the control when just skidding off this Vespa around the corner, and I started cracking up. And I got in trouble. Like people were going to fight me, but I was like, "This is funny, bro. I'm trying to explain why this is funny." But not like I think now you'd probably go, "Fuck! I wish I got that on camera. Wish I got that on my phone." So that's why you're holding your phone all the time. I think you go, "Look at this fucking whatever." Or
But then you but
now
you're
very
watching
much
it,
like
you never watched it. And now you're just watching it forever.
Yeah.
You didn't get the first watch.
Yeah.
That's the magical watch.
It's like, but I very much enjoyed being there and seeing it and then everyone's reaction and like, this is fuck, I think I'm in danger. And then and then going, we're supposed to help her. I was like, she's fucked. And there's 50 other people like, what are you, and I don't speak Italian. What am I going to do?
Things happen.
I don't know, what's the emergency number for fucking the ambulance in Italy?
What's the emergency number for God? No one knows.
No one knows.
She's on her own.
So she's in the fucking hands of the Father. Praise
she's in
be.
the perfect place to die.
Yeah. If she's going to die, she's going to die. She knows that.
She's right there.
She's already given herself to fucking God.
Yeah. The Pope comes out.
Aren't they literally God's wives or something?
Oh,
I'm putting it out there.
No,
I'm
they
just
can't
going
be
to
because they're celibate.
Yep. So you're pretending it will make sense.
True.
Yep. And you're rationalising things that are not rational.
I just said some words.
Yeah.
I do.
The only thing I didn't like about Rome is that was there's obviously a fuck ton of poor people, beggars.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking most of these cunts haven't got legs or arms or eyes or whatever, and they're all saying God bless you. All saying God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. Then you go to fucking Vatican and it's just covered in fucking gold. And they're like, it's a bloody fee to get in here, and they're like to behave a certain way. They shoo all the homeless from the fucking entire city.
1,000 fountains.
Yeah. And then they're like, and then all the poor people are like, God bless you, God bless you. It's like, what the fuck has he done?
Everything's priceless.
What have you done for me lately? Just gonna cut fucking myself off there.
Hey fellas, Roosty again.
Roosty.
Practical joke.
Roosty.
I was a practical joker. I loved
Really?
fucking with people. when I was a chef. And whenever we did, I worked at the Conno
I have a feeling he's still a practical joker.
Yeah, brother.
Hotel for a number of years. Whenever we did functions, we used to put our platters, like weddings and shit, we used to put our platters in the keg fridge. And the glassies used to fucking steal, food out of there. And so to fuck them up one time, I crafted all these rum balls, but I used bell chain.
This is my trick.
Covered it in chocolate and peanuts and
Bellichan.
a bit of coconut.
What's Bellichan?
Put them all out on this little platter and
Bellichan, it's shrimp paste. You know the block, it looks like chocolate, looks like fucking fudge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
You
one
and him
or
are
two of them
basically
went
the same
missing,
person.
and needless to say,
Roosty.
none of our platters got fucked with after that. Anyway, have a good one, fellas.
Yeah, that
Legend, we
was
know.
the absolute fucking perfect trick.
Yeah. Maybe he hasn't listened to the episode yet where you bring it up.
He hasn't got there yet. Yeah.
It's only on 20.
20. What are we up to now?
Thanks for look. 3's fantastic, dude. Keep them coming.
Roosty.
We'll talk to you
You're
all
already
day.
my favourite. Well, we'll get together and clan up.
Now that we know, now that we've shown that you can say anything on this podcast and we won't technically judge you for it,
Yeah.
we'll just roll like any good kitchen crew.
Yeah, just go, let's see what part 3 of Roosty's.
Yeah, send it through. No judgment, man.
That was cool.
Everyone's lived a life. I went to the dentist this week for the first time in 20 years.
Oh, yeah?
And they
Still got
asked...
teeth?
Yeah, and my
Sick.
teeth are perfect.
Yeah, of course.
They asked me...
It's a ruse.
yeah, I told ya. And at the end, she's like, do you want the fluoride treatment? I think it'd be a really good option right now. And I was like, all right.
Yeah.
You want to fucking calcify my pineal gland? Fine.
I don't know, like, I'm the same way. Like, I hadn't been to the dentist in, no shit, like maybe 8 years, 10 years. And then I went, and my wife is one of those people, probably a normal person that just goes every fucking year, 6 months, whatever. Cairo. Then I went and they're like, your teeth are surprisingly good. All you need is, and I was like, yeah, cool. And that was it. I was like, so I didn't need to come the 16 times you harassed me.
Yeah. I knew that my teeth were good. I just, I knew I was good, but I should have done it probably a year ago.
Yeah.
But I did all the checklists and I was like, yeah, I've never had anything wrong with my teeth at all, ever.
Yeah.
And then she was like cleaning and she got to my front tooth and I was like, oh, fuck, dude. Dude, 10 years ago, I chipped one of my teeth falling off a balcony in Bolivia.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
It's trauma.
And I just had, like we do with this podcast sometimes, a whole memory just go, I was trying to climb across a dance floor balcony in Peru, in Bolivia. And I was so drunk that I didn't realize that it wasn't stable. It was just a piece of ribbon. And I just fell off the balcony and smashed my front teeth up, but not real super bad, just chipped my front teeth. And nothing else happened to me. I just got up and I was like, oh. And I landed right next to somebody.
Yeah, right.
And this is all going on in my head while she's cleaning my teeth. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
How do you forget something like that?
I don't know. It's definitely, someone had a funny thing here about that. Oh, this guy goes, PTSD's post-traumatic service disorder.
Nice.
So I kind of like that.
Dude, we need that on a T-shirt.
Yeah, post-traumatic service disorder. Which, and I, someone said it's that classic, well, it was a DM that just said, I still have dreams of dockets piling up and can't get anything out. Haven't cooked in a proper kitchen for over 15 years. Yeah, I still get them. And then I replied with the one I had 2 weeks ago. I think we talked about it on maybe on the last Chase podcast, that I had a dream. Oh, it's like this. Obviously, we all have the dreams, and they're the same reiteration of we can't quite get it done, and the
anxiety's building.
The time is building up. People are So my one was I couldn't shut the door for the combi, and it had to be on steam. Everyone else could shut it, no dramas. I couldn't shut it, and I'd said 8 minutes. And 8 minutes kept clocking down, but it couldn't be 8 minutes because it hasn't steamed yet. I was like, and they were like 6 minutes. I was like, I haven't, yeah, chef. I'm like, fuck, I'm not going to make it. And then someone else would come along and shut the door. And then somehow it kept getting open. Like I would walk past it and it'd be open. I didn't touch it, and then I was like, "Fuck!" and I couldn't shut it.
Yep.
And that was my one. And then I like woke up and I was like sweaty as and
Yep. Mine was ongoing for a very long time. I'd love to hear any of those because it just makes me feel a little bit better about. The worst part for me was waking up from the dream and it being 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning, and I had to get up and go to work, and I'd felt like I'd just worked 3 days.
Right.
Like it was such a long, anxious dream that it was just another day at work that I didn't get any rest from.
Right.
I had to go fucking back.
Yeah. It's fucking rough. Yeah, and then people sent us through some more, which is cool. Half of these I haven't read.
Unsurprising.
Poached eggs, always poached eggs. Like you crack them in the pot and they disappear, and you get further and further in the weeds, but not a single poached egg is coming out of the pot.
Holy shit.
That, and also running service, but no one can hear you and no one's moving, so you're frantically running around trying to cook 100 covers, but everyone's in your way, but also not moving like statues.
I don't want that.
That poached egg one hit hard. I can imagine that as well. Just like you keep putting him in and then you wait.
Yeah.
And then there's nothing in the pot.
Yeah.
And I can imagine the dockets keep coming. And then now you're waiting on 50 fucking egg bennies or something.
Yeah. That would be fucking nuts. I think...
or just searching the big pot.
Well, I thought, what if you crack it in and it never cooks? It's just stuck at the bottom, raw.
Yeah.
And every time you're like, I need that one cooked so I can put the next batch in and this.
Yeah.
Yeah, woof.
That's funny because the other one that I thought of this morning, dream that I remember, other than like just endless dockets coming through, that classic, I think everyone's had that one.
Brutal.
Was I had a big stock, the dream was I had a big stock pot, and it was 100, I want to say, it was over 100 litre stock pot. And I had anglaise in there, and I was slowly thickening it with this, the laser thermometers. And I was just watching it, never getting there, obviously, but burning at the bottom. And something about me knew I needed 100 litres, and this pot was like 120. And I could feel where it was burnt at the bottom, and it still wasn't thickening. And I was judging, no, that's 110, I'm good. And then it was slowly coming, I was, that's 115. I was like, fucking 105. I'm like fucking freaking out. Obviously, everyone's like, where's the anglaise? You know, like I'm like trying to scrape, and the bottom is burning, and I can feel the burn bit at the bottom of the pot.
Such a technical.
I know.
dream.
And I'm there going, hurry up. And I'm, like obviously, is this thermometer right? And then you wake up and you're like, this is bullshit.
Yeah. And you're
What
like, I don't have to
fuck?
scrape that bit because that won't split or
Doesn't make
curdle.
none of it makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't have ever happened because I'm stirring on the bottom.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of anglaise too. You're like, what are you doing?
Man, that's a technical one. I never had any pastry dreams, that's for sure.
That one fucked me up.
Mine's more plating and dockets.
Yeah.
And no one else is in my dream. So to have like one where people are standing there but not doing
Not helping.
anything while you're like dockets are coming in and you're yelling, and then you're like, I'll start this for you and I'll start that because no one's listening.
Yeah, actually, now I think about it, the dreams I have with people, the one where the oven door, they were closing, I don't remember them doing it. I just remember it happening. I don't remember there was an actual person doing it. I just remember everyone could do it and you can't. You're a piece of shit. You're a liar about the time. You can't, this is never going to happen. They're all going to plate it up and you're going to be like, I just closed the oven.
Oh.
Yeah. Rough, dude. This one says, I wake up regularly panicking about a venison risotto I left on the stove. I've never once made a venison risotto. I retired from cooking 3 years ago. My phone alarm is the ticker machine sound because it immediately rocks me awake immediately.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
Dude, you fucking hate yourself. What is that?
I couldn't do it to myself.
Holy shit.
I couldn't do that to myself.
I couldn't. I just
We need that. We need the docker
need
machine.
my sanity. We need that
We need a docker
here.
machine. Yeah.
I mean, because you want to wake yourself up, I guess so. I guess you want to. But that person's still a chef, or is that the... Me too.
Yeah.
If that's the same person that finished
3 years ago. Yeah.
and you still want to do it now, woof, you're fucking next level. Good for you.
Well, this one just says, one dream I had, there was a health inspection and there was a human shit on the floor.
Oh my god.
I love this one.
Fuck, man. I mean,
I reckon that dream would go even further. Like, you couldn't clean it up. Where is the inspector? Like, yeah,
fuck,
you
but
know
I
it's
don't
going to
wanna
be
touch
panic.
it.
Yeah. How do you clean it up? I've asked for the kitchen hand 5 times. Yeah,
and it's still there.
yeah. Or you come around the corner and you clean it up, and you come around the corner. There's, I swear I cleaned this up.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then your eggs aren't poaching. Dude, a human shit. How do you just know that it's a human shit?
Yeah.
I am shitting myself.
When is those loud, one dream. One dream, I gave birth on a Saturday, and then they told me I still had to work Sunday brunch. I have never been pregnant. Just having pregnancy issue dreams, and you've never been pregnant.
I have that trauma. I have that.
We had one brekkie chef when I was an apprentice, and she worked up until the day she had the baby, and I could not. This was before I had kids or married or anything, right? Even I was like, you need to go home.
And she wouldn't because...
Everyone knew she was pregnant and you just kind of look after her, and she would just do the brekkie shift and then you would help her and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And she was, big enough for a pregnant lady, but I don't know. She was just in it to not win it, I guess.
Is it a money issue? It have to be.
Probably, I guess.
Because isn't it dangerous at some point?
Yeah, I think it's all dangerous.
Yeah, like the last couple of months in a fucking hot kitchen.
She was such a nice girl, though, and not that matters, but she was so nice that you would just do everything for her, and it wasn't because she needed it. It's like because she's fucking pregnant,
yeah,
and you wanted to help her more because she was just nice, and she'd just forget shit. She just had this fucking you're pregnant. You shouldn't be like
prego brain.
Yeah, just like making all these snap decisions that are terrible, and you're like, and then she did acknowledge straight away, I don't really know what's happening and things like this, and you're like, that's adorable.
That's so nice.
Yeah. And then she worked, I guess, like a Thursday, and she had the baby on a Friday, and you're like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what the fuck?
And then she was back on a Monday.
And that made me like weird. I felt weird about that. I remember feeling like weird for myself. Like, fuck, is this what we do?
Yeah. That's epic anxiety to have a dream where you were pregnant and then you know that you have to go into work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like that takes, like festival days where you went to a festival and you know that you have to work tomorrow to a whole other level.
Yeah. Also, oh, fuck, I just got to get this baby done and dusted.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
As quick and easy as possible.
Get it done.
Because I have to work tomorrow.
Yeah. This guy goes, I woke up one afternoon and asked my mate why the fuck the Scotch fillet hadn't gone out. Just wake up like, what?
Oh, man.
That's funny.
That's how fucked we are. Hey?
Yeah.
Why hasn't the Scotch... Oh.
No. I think that's all of them. Oh, the most vivid one I ever had was while I was wearing nicotine patches. I dreamt the team was getting pumped and I'd slept in, standard, jumped out of bed, got dressed into the car, and halfway down the driveway until I realised it was a dream, and 4 a.m. and my day off.
Oh, dude.
And he also said, don't dream while nicotine patches.
Fucking A. Man, it's pitch black.
It's just panicking getting his jacket on.
What a panic.
I know. I've had that. I've definitely had that. I replied to this bloke as well. I was like, I've definitely had that, but I've never gone through it. I've just woken up going, oh, God.
Yeah.
That's over. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I guess he's just so in it.
Yeah.
That he's out the door and in the car and down it.
And he's so like patched up too.
Yeah.
He's just like fucking rude.
Yeah, I don't know what that would be.
Yeah.
Are you just zinging?
I guess so.
Don't sleep. Fucking, man, isn't it so interesting? Like, what do you think it is? Is it the body, like, just repeating the feelings and the anxiety that it has on a regular basis when you're asleep? Like, is it trying to process it in a dream, or is it just...
I don't know.
A habit from the day that's a habit into the night?
Don't know.
What the fuck is going on?
Don't know. I don't know why you'd want yourself to dream that.
Because, what are dreams?
They sound like just trauma, repeated trauma.
I thought that they were like your brain is kind of like putting the information into the system. Like it's doing a lot of repetitive stuff that happened from the day to kind of like record it as such.
I guess so. Well, that kind of almost makes sense.
So it's going over a lot of things.
I used to have I haven't had it for forever, but I used to have this dream. It was exactly the same, repetitive dream, and it was at the back of the first house we ever lived at, and there was a peacock and a guinea pig, and it was the same every time. Nothing ever happened. It was just me going out the back. There's a fucking peacock in the backyard, and there's a guinea pig, and I would like be confused, and I would try to tell like,
Sure.
mum, there's a fucking guinea pig, and then and a peacock, like a full peacock with the everything, just nothing happening, and then that was kind of it. But like that was just I used to have that dream all the time. Such a short dream as well. Nothing ever happened in the dream, so I don't know what the fuck that's about.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Such a weird thing to dream.
Did you remember that the
Always used
peacock
to-
was like perfect?
Yeah. So, but it was just like chilling out. Oh no! And the peacock's feathers, it had like the normal bloom, or whatever you want to call it, feathers in the tail. But at the ends of it were ferns, like actual
Cool.
plant ferns, with the curly bits and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, I remember that every time. But like the fact I had that dream is one thing. The fact I remembered it every time was, I think, is even weirder because I don't really remember the dreams too much.
There must be. That's what I found. Like when I was younger, so I had a dream about my pop that had died 10, 15 years earlier, and I had been 10 or something.
Right.
But I had this dream where I remembered everything about him. Like his face was perfect, the way that it used to be.
Yeah.
His voice and the way that he moved was all perfect. And I would wake up and I was like, well, fuck, man. If your brain can hold on to that and keep that recorded or have it somewhere
Yeah.
in whatever, like, because we don't even know where our memories are, right? But how it can have that and then replay it to you is fucking insane.
Yeah.
So your the
It's there
function
somewhere,
of,
hey.
the function of your brain is so powerful
Yeah.
that it's able to, like even the peacock, right? Like it can just do every little
Yeah.
aspect of a peacock. And I've never looked at a peacock and gone, oh, cool, remember that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I've gone, there's a bird.
I really want to notice that. You go, whoa, that's a lot of feathers. Yeah.
But your brain will just like, spit these things back at you perfectly,
Yeah.
high def. I find that so strange.
Yeah, and I just wonder, I just don't know. I don't know what that's all about.
We should find out. We
I
should call
guess
this
so.
Dreams in the Cool Room.
Yeah.
Dreaming in a cool room.
Dreaming in the cool room. I've got a pie eating contest coming up, for WA Day. I don't know why I just remember that, but I do.
Are you in the eating of the pies?
Yeah. So it's
Are you going to have a good crack?
I'll try and... Well, I think there's heats throughout the day. I should know all this stuff. And then you eat a pie, fastest one to eat it, goes through. I think there's 3 heats. But there's different comps. So, like, there's different, like, winners.
The
It's
only
not just a
way
one
I'll go
comp.
and watch that is if the pies are too hot.
Yeah. Yeah, I asked that too. Like, if they're molten lava. But I'd still have a fuck... If it was hot, I reckon I've got the advantage. I will smash that and everyone will go, oh, it's too hot.
Yeah?
I'm winning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You got the hotness.
I'm winning.
Fuck. That wouldn't just
It's
change
just years
it.
of tasting fucking hot food, right? Like, too hot
Yeah.
food, yeah.
But, like, if they...
With
were
the
the
second
perfect,
round would be rough.
if they were perfect temperature, what's the fun in that? Now everyone's just trying to eat
Yeah, like I said, trying to win money, yeah.
nice shit as quickly as possible. But if they're super hot, now we know
Yeah, I don't really.
who the real G is.
I'm not trying to win it either.
Got to have a crack, dude.
Yeah.
Stand up for yourself.
I want to see how fast I can eat one. Because they asked me, like, how would you eat it as well? I was like, I don't fucking know.
If this is a 4 and 20 pie, I reckon I can get
Just
in
the
there.
max one, yeah.
I can get in there. Mrs. Max, it's too tall, too crusty.
What?
Aren't they the taller ones? You remember the 4 and 20? They're like,
Yeah, Mrs. Max are pretty
Whack.
much like that.
they got the rounded edges. We used to have them at the footy.
Yeah, I know 4 and 20.
Just dizzed.
Yeah, but like maybe you didn't have... I don't know. We didn't have 4 and 20 here when I was a kid. We had Mrs. Max. I mean, we've got them here now. I know what you're talking about. But I just think they're the same. Like, I don't think they're... I think Mrs. Max are a bit better tasting, maybe.
Yeah, I think they're better.
And the pastry's a bit better for, like, what they are.
Yeah.
but I don't remember them being taller. You might be right. More like a jaffle
Yeah,
pie
and they
thing.
got like an edge on them. If we're gonna get real gay about pies,
Right.
But when I was a kid, they had these 4 and 20s, which is kind of like a swimming pool with round edges, shallow swimming pool.
Right. Okay.
Fucking burst.
I remember one of my cousins buying this absolute gimmick of a machine, and used to see it on like the Today Show in the morning, like a clearly paid ad, but they just think, oh, this is cool, you know.
Uh-huh.
And it was, you put the pie there, like you're ready to go, you want to eat it straight away, like you put the pie there, and it's like a contraption where you like pull a handle down, and the needle goes into the pie and fills it with tomato sauce, which is in a canister behind it. It's just like a
Right.
yeah, and you put the pie, and he bought one of my cousins got one, and I was like, I don't want it in the pie, like, and he was like, I love it in the pie. And I was like, that's cool, but you can just like, how'd you do it before? You're like, I decompartmentalize, whatever that word is, everything. So
Yes.
it's like, well, how did you know you wanted it in the pie? He's like, because I used to open the top, and he's like, hey, you can still do that, right?
Yeah.
And then you got to like, and then he didn't ever clean the thing. So it's just this like
Disgusting.
gross. You can imagine, it's just like, because when it comes out, it's covered in like mince, and then it gets dust, like gets tarred and feathered with the dust on the way out. So you're like, oh. He'd always ask too, you want a pie? Because he just loved this thing, eh?
Yeah.
He got so sold on the infomercials.
All of those contraptions on infomercials, hey?
Yeah.
You know the onion cutter that you press once and it's
Yeah.
like perfect dice, and
Yeah.
then you get it and it's like just a complete mess?
Yeah.
All those things are dumb as... You remember Jamie Oliver had a whole cookbook basically dedicated to an at-home robo-coop? And he was like, hey, you can just cut carrots in the robo-coop.
Nah.
And they would
I can imagine it though.
They would be kind of good.
Right.
But like, imagine a normal person would just be like, and it
Yeah.
would just be juice.
You definitely get. Nikki had one at the cooking show. He brought it. It was like basically a robo coop, but it was like you kept pumping it, and it would cut it up. It's actually worked wicked for what it was. Like no power needed. It was like kind of decent size too. And you just chuck if you chucked like a carrot in there, I can see it like just chopping it up.
Oh, yeah.
That was like handheld.
And it'll come out good.
Yeah, I was more interested in like you could take it places and you have to, I don't know. Now I think about it, I'll just chop a fucking carrot.
Yeah, I would just chop a carrot also.
Yeah.
But Jamie Oliver made a whole cookbook dedicated to people that didn't want to do anything.
Yeah. Get paid.
I fucking got rid of 2 employees and bought a robo coop
Yep.
for that vegan restaurant because they wanted to reduce wages.
Yeah.
But there was the one with all of the attachments.
Yeah.
You know, the good one?
Yeah.
Fucking A. Those things were good.
Same as when the combi ovens became a bit cheaper, well, a bit cheaper, obviously expensive, but a bit more viable. You could easily get rid of a bad apprentice
Yep.
just straight away.
Yeah.
You put a fucking timer on, it fucking stops, steams. It's the same every time.
And with the probe,
Yeah, everything.
yeah, you could get rid of 2 people and have one of those and just sort of adjust your menu.
Yeah.
And come in the morning and just like
100
bang, 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 bang,
100%.
bang, funk.
Yeah.
And the steaming at one point as well.
Used to be able to on the, I can't remember what brand it was now. It might have been Convotherm. You could put a USB in and change the fucking songs and everything. So you literally, like we had a Sweet Child of Mine, like actual Guns N' Roses song for like steam finishing, and yeah, you could put it in and yeah,
Cool.
But once you see, that was cool. It was something to do that day.
Yeah.
But I just remember, I don't want to fuck with this too much, eh?
Yeah.
I just want to go bing, bing, bing.
I just want it
bing,
to
bing,
work.
bing. Yeah.
Yeah, they were a game changer, hey.
And also, but it also made you, it triggered you every time you heard that song. So when you did hear that song, you just didn't, like, I didn't enjoy that song anymore. Like, it was the guitar intro. I was just fucking, I was like, fucking shut up.
Never again.
Because now it's triggered you that, like, you're into shit or
Yeah.
you got to take, 15 trays out of the oven or whatever.
Yeah, well, I guess that's why I never see you at an Irish pub at about 12 a.m. in the morning
Yeah.
for the closing song.
Closing time.
Did you have a clean down song? Like, did you have some songs for the kitchen that were yours?
Oh, I always liked, I'd let people just put them on, obviously if I was in charge or whatever. I always liked a bit of like Rage Against the Machine or something like that. I would never normally listen to that generally. I like it, but like it's a bit, something to just keeping you going.
Beers on the pass and a little bit of a groove and sud it up.
Even like I did, there was one chef who used to put on Stevie Wonder all the time, just the bangers, and that was good too. Just anything, it was like upbeat. It was like, I
always put on Backstreet's Back by the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
That was mine. If it was my choice, I'm like, I needed something that was like lighthearted and funny and yeah. And I knew all the words to it.
Yeah.
And I'd crush a beer and I'd clean the fryer. And
that's the other one. And there was for a while it was that Special 2 song, and everyone would who the fuck, Missy Higgins.
Oh yeah.
Was that with a Special 2? But everyone would just sing it. Obviously, like just not very like an upbeat song. Yeah. But it was just because everyone knew the words and
And you want something silly.
But obviously, like, dude, it made you clean real quick and
try and get out of it. It's a terrible song.
Yeah. Yep.
This has been good fun.
It's been a good one.
I do like when we just sort of come in here and just go, ugh.
Yeah.
I have a good time.
Yeah.
So not that the guests aren't fucking sick.
Yeah.
Big fan of it all.
It's good now we can do it all. We got some good shit going on. I'll get some more stuff on the fucking. I like that drop. Let's just pick out some drops now and put them on there that are ours. Yep. What are we going there now? Yeah.
We're going to get a podcast intro happening at some point.
Going on.
If I get my employee this week, fucking A. So close.
Sweet.
I'll find out tomorrow on the day that he's supposed to start.
All right.
Fucking
sweet.
Horse shit.
Yeah. Chase is opening a new restaurant. Well, he's opening like 5 of them. I think it's opening this week. So we should check that out.
And Fallow this week, you
Fallow's
said?
opening this week, yep.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow, which will be Wednesday, which will be last week by the time this comes out.
And what did they...
2 weeks ago.
What did they say to you? That we can just come for a beer and you have a look? And
Yes, there's a soft opening 5 till 7, but then it actually opens 7:30, I think.
And food?
I don't know.
I've never been to one of these things. No one's ever invited me.
Yeah, I never read it.
Do you know
I'm
what
so far into it, I never read it. And also, like, I found Chase's one. This is for us as well, so we just go to this one as well. But they always said, it's just PR companies, right? Like, I'm just going to shit on them all anyway. I have this, like, we gave Chase our emails. He's obviously passed them on. But, like, they have them stored. Like, mine is, like, my private email. I guess my personal email account, private. And they always send it through, and it always goes to junk. But when they send it to my, like, Perth Dude Food one, it comes through. So this one was, like, in junk on my personal email, which was like, how did this even happen? Because we gave the emails.
I want to come tomorrow, man. I want to try it out.
Sweet.
I'll try and, I got a MC back in Fremantle at 8 o'clock.
Oh, I'm not going to fuck around too long there.
Yeah.
5:30 is pretty good.
But
time.
I'd love to start doing more of that kind of stuff and
you just come with me.
Get the face out there. But do you know what? After the Stuart Laws episode, my mate, the one that got fired at the same time as me, that Stewie was like, who was your mate? Yeah. And he's the guy that I started my apprenticeship with, and we have a very long and aggressive relationship.
Okay.
Like a friend for life, but we've been through a lot of shit. We don't talk very much at the moment for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
He came out of the blue, as he does sometimes, and sent me a couple of messages and listened to the episode. And also didn't remember getting fired.
That's funny. That's funny as fuck.
But he was like, he reckons that they both did. I didn't think it was like this, but I was on drugs. I don't think that was the case. And he was drunk.
This is what he remembers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I think they're both, because I remember the mushroom day. So I think they're both mashing two things together.
Righto. That's funny.
But he does remember, he reckons that he just went one lunch break and just didn't come back. Is what he reckons. And I think maybe I did come back.
Okay.
And I was wasted and Stewie was just like, fuck off.
You can go to a. There's been a couple of things stories I've told on here where people have messaged me and gone, you're almost there. It was this or this way round, or there's definitely those going on. We're like this. The story's right. It's just the way you remember it is funny. Is like a bit different to what it actually.
Yeah,
like the way, or you got like the order of events slightly off. And you're like, but also that's how you remember it too. Like, I'm not saying we're right or wrong, but between us,
it's somewhere.
It's
I don't think we ever claimed. I mean, the point was like we both have our memories of everything is all over the place.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like between everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want a heap of people to listen to some of this stuff and then let me know.
Yeah.
Like some of the press club stuff, like a guy got in contact, but especially when I went crazy in England and did the homophobia stuff.
Okay.
Accidentally.
Yeah. Completely by
I
accident.
would love to find the head chef of that restaurant at some point, that young fella, and find out what their perspective was my entire time there, because mine was like obviously my horse shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Careening around every day, just being me.
Yeah.
I wonder what it looked like to him.
I've had a bloke tell me, was like good chef now, but he was an apprentice at the time when I was sort of like at the end of my fucking rope with it all. And he was like, dude, you were the best. You used to teach me all this shit all day. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was angry all the time. But it was just, whatever I was projecting was clearly perfect for a fucking apprentice.
Yeah.
But he was like, you're an absolute legend. Everyone's a dickhead. And I was like, I agree with that bit.
Yeah.
And I was a dickhead too. And he was like, nah, bro. And I was like, I remember it completely, but I was just in that zone of obviously hating it, wanting to get out. This guy kind of wants to learn. I like that about people. I still do. If someone wants to fucking learn something, I got all the time in the world. So that's funny because I was almost like, oh, he's going to say I was a dickhead, which I was. And
or negative.
Sorry.
Or, yes.
Like, but it was more like, nah, bro, no one else has taught me like that. And you're like, I was just like, fuck, what the fuck? So you never know, hey? You never know.
No, and that's why I love Stu and Stu's perspective of my time so much. Like, we obviously like each other.
Yeah.
But you'd notice he had the attitude of like, Tim was a fucking hot mess.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I did a lot of shit.
Just acknowledge
wrong,
he's a mess.
I was just right at the end of 15 years.
Yeah.
Plus, like, losing my kid and divorce and living in a closet. And I forgot I lived in a closet when I was at Don Tapper. Literally.
I just think your head gets full of it by the end, hey? Your head is so full of it and you just keep surviving. It all ends up being muscle memory because I remember being the same way and then people are telling me I was all right. I was like, I was not. But clearly in your own head and what you're doing. And you're completely checked out, but you're just going through the paces and getting it all right, serving good foods to like, how was I doing it?
Yes. But you're like also really good at something and people tell you you're really good at it, but you don't want to do it. But that mix together is pretty brutal at the end.
Yeah, it's other people that stop you from moving on with your life. They're the ones who go, what are you going to do? It's like, not like, shit, wicked, what would you like to do?
Yeah, no one says that.
No, they all go, what?
I've got another job over here that
you're so good. Or you're like, you spend all that time. You're like, that's the whole point. I don't want to spend a single minute being,
Yeah. The only thing I wish that I asked you was like, when he got his head chef for the new place, did he give him the spiel of why this is going to be awesome for you? Or are there still chefs out there who are like, I really want to put my stamp on a venue?
Yeah.
Because it's either an opportunity, do you know what I mean? Like, Stu's got this amazing opportunity for someone and someone's like, yes. Or what was happening to me at the end of my career was I was burnt out and people were like, well, I've got this thing over here, come with me. It'll be perfect.
Yeah.
And it's not. And then I got this thing over here and come with me. It'll be perfect.
Yeah.
And it's not. And it's not their fault.
Yeah.
It's probably more my shit,
Yeah, it's a bit of that.
I've got this 15 grand dry age. I'm not saying that Stu's doing any of this, but like something like that. And you can come and do it. And I'll be like, yeah, I could do that. I want to do something cool like that.
Yeah.
And then I'd get 2 months in and I'd be like, I fucking hate everything.
Yeah. I ended up just trying to find a little pocket where it worked for me, and it worked like timing wise, where I could just, like pick my kid up from childcare and shit like that. And you're like, this is just not. It just cannot happen. But like I could have just ignored all of that and just kept working and figured out, not being involved.
Yeah.
At home with the family and things like that.
Yeah, but that's the end of. I mean,
that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah.
We'll keep talking about it, but that's the end of the career though. That whole section is like a pull, tug, push, confusion mess.
Yeah, it's never going to work. You might jag a thing that's good for you or perfect for everyone.
To hear Stewie's understanding of like what, because he just watched mine. You know what I mean? There's a guy right there who watched the end of my career, my downfall, and employed me twice.
Right.
And has a very interesting perspective about it.
Yeah.
It was very cool.
Yeah.
So we'll go there tomorrow. You'll watch. He always looks at me. He's like, love you, mate. But he's got this thing in his eyes where he's like, watch your wallet.
So this is put on by a company called Studio Appetite. So there'll definitely be a few other bloggers there. And I think it'll be interesting for you to see maybe something. Yeah.
I know. That's why I want to start.
That whole thing.
I want to wear.
Because I don't normally go to this shit either. Okay. This is definitely not. Except that it's fallow and it's Stu, and it'll be fucking cool. And I want to see it all done up and ready to go, because we saw it like sort of half done and tradesmen and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, and then Chase's one as well. It's the same thing.
Yeah, and I think just wearing the t-shirts and kind of like getting out there and like getting back into the community of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Even if it like, because we're doing all the chefs and stuff, there is this other side of it.
Yeah.
I think I should probably engage a little bit more if I'm going to be continuing to talk about this shit.
Yeah. People get to know us too.
We're cool guys, and free beer is awesome.
It is awesome, yeah. All right, should we do it?
Can it?
Yeah.
That was very cool. Thank you to everyone who's been listening, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, this is fun. I enjoy it.
All right. Bye.